I spent 24 hours researching the data job market and analyzing trend, and what I discovered shocked me. It turns out my job might not be as safe as I thought, and yours might not either. The US Bureau of Labor Statistics predicts explosive growth for data science, statistics, market researchers, analysts in the coming 10 years, much faster than the market average. But in reality, many people are struggling to find a data job, and with AI shaking things up, it got me wondering how secure our data jobs really. What exactly has changed in past 1 or 2 years? In this video, I am going to share 5 key trends I have noticed in the market right now. And now trust me, there are some silver lining too. First up, so let's talk about the job market. You might be thinking, with all the tech layoffs we have been hearing about, okay, surely data jobs must be taking a hit, right? Well, you might be surprised. Since the end of 2022, the number of jobs for data scientists, data analysts and data engineers has decreased by about 15%, but remained quite stable since the beginning of year, right? So, especially when you consider that the tech industry has experienced two big waves of layoff since the COVID-19, and on the beginning of 2023 and another at the beginning of 2024. But if we lay the data job posting data next to the tech layoff, we can see that the data job post did not seem to be affected much by the take of layoff trends. This stable trend can also be observed per job title. And now I am not saying it's all sunshine and rainbow compared to the last 2 years. The data job market is certainly more competitive, with companies being more selective, and the uncertain economic growth and high interest rates. And these are making companies tighten their budget and seek skills that focus on efficiency and cost reduction. And this might explain why it's feel harder to land a job today. And don't let that discourage you, though it means we need to be smarter about how position ourselves in the job market. And which bring me to the next point. And so let's now talk about technical skills. If you have been in the data field for quite some years, you probably notice that certain programming languages are becoming more dominant in technical skills, and these are consolidated, and the data backs this up with whooping 86% of data scientists said that Python is the main language they use for current project, and another 10% said they use it as a secondary language, and that's a huge number. And Python is being used for everything. So from a data analysis to machine learning and web developments, if a few years ago, if you would have asked me, should I learn R or Python, I would have said it does not really matter which language you start with. But today, I definitely say Python. And why that's a way, if you are curious about the visualization, I'm showing you they were created on JetBrains data law platform. This platform makes it super easy to crunch numbers on a notebook and spot trends and share insight in a team. I have also used this built up in AI coding assistant to whip up some cool graphs for my research, and it saved me hours of hair pulling over tiny charts. And the details you can find data story and deep dive into the data behind. So this video on JetBrain data law blogs, check the link in the description below, and thanks to JetBrains. Python is not the only player in town. Looking at the job posting data over the last 2 years, SQL consistently appears in up to 60% of all job posts. And right alongside Python, after a month, this will show that the Python is one of the dominating language, and also SQL. So for data jobs, for a reasonable foreseen future, if you're trying to become a data scientist from scratch today and wondering what programming language you should learn, I say it is smart to focus on Python and SQL. In fact, You might be surprised to hear this when we ask Wes Macking, the creator of Pandas package, recently asked to give advice for data scientists.
People on the Discord are going to laugh because I'm going to say that like learning SQL is actually a really good skill. It's not just learning SQL, the language, but learning how to think about data sets and like designing schemas, organizing data, relational algebra, and knowing how to use data execution engines, data warehouses, SQL engines, file formats, and like the basics of data storage, data partitioning. And I think all of these things will enable you to be a better DBT user. They'll enable you to be a better Snowflake user or a Databricks user.
As much as I love Python, I must agree on this. I once worked on a machine learning project at a large bank, and we were building a machine learning model to classify customer risk for money laundering, and we used SQL to query bank transaction data and think of billing billions of rows. I remember at the beginning it took me like 10 minutes just to even run a comment to check the number of rows in the data, and it was a very exciting. Only that afterwards I learned about practicing the load balancing and so forth to help me optimize my codes. So if you are looking to level up your skill, don't overlook SQL. It's more than just a query language. It's a way of thinking about data, and that can make you a better data professional. Professional overall. Now here's where things get really exciting. While data scientists and data analyst roles are always in demand, there's a new kid on the block: AI engineers. This role has emerged with the rapid developments of large language models in the past 2 years. Interestingly, the AI engineer role doesn't typically require a PhD. Rather, it requires an in-depth knowledge of LLMs, prompt engineering, and AI agent workflow engineering. This role is still very new, and there are different opinions about what the job exactly entails. But in general, you can think of it this way: if we put data science and machine learning research on one end of the spectrum and AI applications on the other, AI engineers lean towards the product and user end. They build applications that use pre-trained AI models or foundation models to solve specialized business problems. Let's say a company wants to develop an AI application like a specialized customer chatbot using LLMs. AI engineers will be the ones who put the AI model in place, do some prompt engineering, fine-tune the model if necessary, tailor the workflow to the use case, and also evaluate the application to make sure it works as it should. Andre Kati predicts that, in numbers, there's probably going to be significantly more AI engineers than there are machine learning engineers or ML engineers. One can be quite successful in this role without ever training anything, and the job posting data backs this up. In the past 2 years, AI engineer jobs have been growing much faster than machine learning engineer jobs and have surpassed machine engineer jobs in May 2023, according to Hiring Trends. You might be asking, what's the key difference between AI engineers and machine learning engineers? Well, it's quite straightforward. LLM applications rely heavily on prompt engineering, which, of course, doesn't exist in a traditional machine learning model. Evaluating LLM applications also requires a very different approach compared to using precision, recall metrics, or mean squared error, as is typical in machine learning models. Recently, PwC, one of the big 4 companies, landed a deal with OpenAI to become its first resale partner. This partnership helps PwC scale AI capabilities across businesses to help drive accelerated impact for clients. What this basically means is more and more businesses will be able to build and incorporate AI into their solutions. And who will be implementing all this? Well, AI engineers. So if you have a data science background, how do you become an AI engineer? Someone on Hacker News suggested focusing on these areas: foundational mathematics, basic statistics, Python programming, and courses such as the Machine Learning Specialization and Deep Learning Specialization by Andrew Ng on Coursera, as well as Fast AI Deep Learning courses. Then you can choose a specific area of AI to focus on, for example, natural language processing, computer vision, reinforcement learning, or other specializations. Recently, I've also heard people talk about new roles like quality assurance business analysts or QA analysts. In short, they investigate LLM outputs, design A/B tests, and create dashboards to monitor the performance of the LLM application. This is yet to be seen in the job posting data, but I feel like anyone with an analytical mind and solid data science skills can adapt to this new role. Now let's talk about another interesting trend, the rise of freelancing in the data world. In 2024, there seems to be a significant increase in the number of job posts looking for contractors and freelancers. This is exciting news for those of you who might be interested in a part-time job or more flexible work. Becoming a freelancer is also a great way to learn new skills fast and build a diverse portfolio because you get to work on various business problems with clients, sometimes in completely new domain areas with different types of data and analytical tools. In the US, most freelancers find their work through previous clients, friends and family, social media, and professional contacts. The question is, if you don't have a previous client already, how do you find your first client? Here's my advice. Start small and utilize your own network. Post about your relevant projects on LinkedIn, show your skills, and mention that you're looking for freelancing work in this or that area. I used to be very scared to post stuff on LinkedIn, but it's a good sign you're getting out of your comfort zone. Even better, you can directly ask your neighbors, friends, and family members. Small business owners around the corner might need your help, and friends and relatives might also have interesting work for you. You don't need to look very far. Focus on those you can reach. Once you have a few small projects under your belt, you can even start going on online job boards like Upwork and Fiverr to find more jobs. Last but definitely not least, let's talk about a trend that's changing the game for a lot of businesses and people: low-code and no-code tools. It's not an exaggeration to say that in the future, anyone could become a data analyst without years of training. And I'm talking about doing much more than just creating pivot tables in Excel. Low-code and no-code development platforms enabled by AI are becoming increasingly popular. The average forecasted low-code market size is expected to grow about 23% from 2023 to 2030. These tools are making data analytics more accessible to people who might not have traditional coding skills or data science skills. They provide simplified interfaces that let anyone plug in their data and do tasks like data preparation, analysis, data visualization, and even build machine learning models without significant coding effort. AI-powered low-code tools are great, but they are not a magic bullet. AI is smart, but it still needs human expertise to guide it in complex tasks. At the end of the day, someone needs to make sense of the results, evaluate them, and make a decision. As for how this low-code development trend is impacting data jobs, these platforms are automating a lot of entry-level data analysis tasks. This might hurt starters in the field looking for their first job, but it also gives opportunities to newcomers who have some expertise but come from a non-tech background. In the future, jobs will probably become more specialized, so domain knowledge is going to be more and more important. If you're looking for a job, instead of just looking for data analyst or data scientist job titles, you might consider a wider range of job titles such as marketing analyst, sales analyst, risk analyst, psychometrician, or quality assurance analyst, or perhaps even data cleaning ninja. No matter what your next career move will be, the market will be ever-changing. At the end of the day, there are three things that really matter. 1. Be good at what you do. Companies still find it hard to find someone who is good, even in a tight market. 2. Prove it. Have a strong portfolio of projects, including volunteering or freelancing experience. 3. Let people know it. Use your networking skills. The key is to stay adaptable, keep learning, and make valuable connections with people. If you want to dive deeper into the data behind this video, you can find the full report in a Datalore notebook on the JetBrains Datalore website. Thanks for watching. and I'll see you in the next video.